Recently, we felt spring-like conditions over much of the country, but in the west, we've been strongly reminded that winter is still very much in control, with an intense frontal system keeping things cloudy, wet and cold. On Thursday, we're expecting windy conditions over the central interior, but with very little change in the weather in the east, with yet another fine and hot day for KwaZulu-Natal and sunny and warm conditions continuing in the northeast. On our futurecast, you'll see that incredibly large cold front extend across the subcontinent, with that cold blast of air being reinforced by a secondary front extending all the way through to the central interior, with most of the rainfall expected over the western part of the Eastern Cape on Thursday, but with rainfall still in the forecast along the west coast, extending all the way through to southern Namibia, and we're expecting snow for the mountainous regions of the Western Cape. The South African Weather Service have issued a warning for a high fire danger rating, with the possibility of runaway fires in the shade of red. They've also issued a warning for heavy rain and localized flooding for the Cape Metropole, Overberg and parts of the West Coast District and Winelands, with a large amount of rainfall over a short period of time falling on already saturated ground. On our rainfall probability map, you'll see the highest chance of rainfall along the south coast between about Port Elizabeth and George, as well as in the southwest, with a 60% chance of rain as we head along the west coast, and isolated rainfall from southern Namibia through parts of the northern, western and eastern Cape, and we're expecting snow for the Western Cape Mountains. On our maximum temperature map, you'll see exactly where that cold front is lying on Thursday, with a larger divide in the temperatures. 17 degrees for Uppington and our Cape Town and George at a bitterly cold 12, and Sutherland with a high of only 5 degrees. Scorching hot though for Pietermaritzburg and Richards Bay, both in the mid-30s, with daytime highs peaking in the middle and upper 20s over the northeastern part of the country. Along the west coast, we can expect poor conditions, beach conditions with a possibility of rainfall and a moderate to fresh west-southwesterly wind with a swell height of 4 meters and wave heights between 5 and 7 feet. Cloudy, wet and windy still along the southwest coast, with wind speeds of up to 50 kilometers per hour from the west for Cape Agulhas and a swell height of 4.5 meters with waves between 6 and 7 feet. Along the south coast, we're also expecting rainfall with a moderate southwesterly wind between Plettenberg Bay and Port Elizabeth, with a 30 kilometer per hour wind for Mossel Bay and an open ocean swell of 3.5 meters. Along the east coast, we can expect sunny and warm weather with light to moderate winds for the Wild Coast and Durban, with that north-northeasterly wind gusting into Richards Bay with a swell height of 3 meters and wave heights between 4 and 5 feet.
News that moves. eNCA.com.